Are you ready for the worst movies of 2023? I'm mad at myself for having to go through this list. Ugh. Chase Lee Hockey here, Blue Futon, doing the worst movies of 2023, 10 through 1. I might get angry in this, so I'm sorry if I get emotional, if I get animated. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry because you need to stay away from these movies through in and throughout. Now, unfortunately, I'm looking at them right now, and some of them I don't even remember. I don't even fucking remember them. So if I don't get them right, I'm sorry. All right, number 10, Fool's Paradise. This is a all-star cast. A fucking all-star cast where nothing happens. I understand the premise, what they're trying to do. I understand the comedy they're trying to go for, but this shit wasn't funny. There is one funny episode where someone falling from a roof, and that proves how funny this movie is because it's a fucking dumpster dive of a show. Everyone's underutilized. There's nothing funny. You try to do something interesting in this movie, but everything falls flat. Number 9, It's a Wonderful Knife. This is the most pandering fucking movie on this list. Actually, no, there's a more pandering movie that is number 3. This is bad. The kill is horrendous. Justin Long trying to do a Trump impersonation doesn't work. Everyone's gay in this movie. This is literally the Pandaverse. Make it more chicky and make it more gay. This truly is the Pandaverse of all Pandaverse horror movies. It doesn't work. The kills are shit. The characters were shit. And it's like when you throw in this girl where there's no gay tendencies, at the very end she just turns to a lesbian. You're like, what the fuck are we doing? It is trash. It is pandering. And I'm so glad it failed at the box office. Number 8, we have a Polish movie on Netflix called Soul Catcher. This is bad. This is like backyard bad, but with a decent budget. This is where bubbles make people into the crazies. The guy tried to make a thing to cure cancer, but it made bubbles, and it made people crazy. So every time you see bubbles, make sure you don't go crazy. The story's bad. The scenarios are bad. The story makes no fucking sense, actually. The acting, they try, but woof. Soul Catcher. I don't know how you're supposed to catch souls with bubbles, but it sure as shit didn't work for me. Number 7, Till Death Do Us Part. Okay. I remember this movie being bad. There is nothing in the story that makes sense. The whole premise of these two people are getting married to go find another couple who left the organization 30 years ago. If this couple hasn't done shit for this organization and doesn't give a fuck, why the fuck are you going after these people for 30 years? They've been living on a boat for 30 years. Why the fuck do you care? And then this scene where she's just beating these people, these fucking huge motherfuckers that are at least 220, 250, and she's maybe 130, soaking wet, and they're literally fighting like this. Like, put your fucking hands up. Like, another say, it's another girl boss movie that is truly atrocious. And this one main guy is supposed to be the most badass of the badass. He does shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? All right, number 6. This is probably the most overrated movie by the critics. Skinamarink. Oh my god. This could have been worst movie of the year. I'm shocked it's not. But Skinamadik, whatever you want to call it, nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. Yes, I understand this is an experimental film that had maybe a 25 or 40K budget, but I don't want to watch a corner of the fucking room for an hour and 40 minutes and hear a kid go, "Hello? Mommy? It's dark outside." And yes, the whole point is like all imaginary of like, are there eyes in the dark? Are there eyes in the dark? Are there eyes in the corner? No. This movie was shit. I literally watched paint dry for an hour and 40. Oh, that burp was more interesting than skin of my dick. Number 5, Noise. It's a Netflix movie. I do remember that. I don't remember this movie. I remember it being a bad horror movie on Netflix, and it got no. I remember him looking at the lake. Wow, I don't remember this movie. I'm sorry. It's number 5 for a reason. So just listen to me. Don't try noise. Apparently, it literally, at least with all of these, I could be like, oh, I remember that scene in the movie. I remember that scene in the movie with all of my top 25 worst movies. But this one, I can't remember a damn fucking thing. So, noise, don't watch because you'll just erase it from your memory for real. Number 4, this is a lot of people's top 3. Children of the Corn. This was an atrociously bad. And here's the thing. Even the original Children of the Corn is not really a good film. I rewatched it and I was like, oh, this is not as good as I remember it being. And this one's bad. The story's laughable. The children's, I could say, okay, fine, your children actors, which they're okay. But just another game where it's like, play stupid prizes, win stupid games. And every adult in this movie is dumb as fucking shit. The kids, like, oh, don't hurt the kids. Well, the kids just murdered multiple fucking people. Maybe it's time to hurt the kids. Maybe it's time to tie the kids up. No. And then we have a corn monster. Yes. Joe Biden's corn pop makes an appearance. Number 3. Now, this is one of the most, actually, the last 3 you can consider propaganda films. How to Blow Up a Pipeline. This was bad. This was fucking atrociously bad. This is the most eco-political warrior bullshit movie of the year. This is like, okay, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You truly think you could do this? And you think that's how it works? Like, I'm going to shut off a gas valve. And literally, like that, nothing is coming through the pipes anymore. No oil, no nothing. Because when you're going to blow up these pipelines, you are basically making the earth worse with what is occurring with environmentalists. People that had guns couldn't shoot the backside of a barn. The characters were laughably bad. This movie was just propaganda 101. There's a lot of propaganda films this year. Just like Sundance, where it was like everything was gay in Sundance last year, and hopefully it's not this way, or like everything was transgender. This pander to an audience that probably doesn't even watch fucking movies. Like, good God. Go kick fucking rocks. Number 2, this was my number 1 worst movie for the whole year. But something is worse than this movie. The Black Demon. This is a movie where you say, this is going to be a shark movie, but it's not a fucking shark movie. A shark is maybe in this movie for 10 minutes. What this is just like How to Blow Up a Pipeline. It is an anti-oil movie in the Black Demons. Oh, what do you know? It's actually oil. And the movie itself, Josh Lucas did the most overacting I've ever seen. This is produced by Huffington Post. So no fucking shit you're going to get some goddamn propaganda in it. Thank God they went under. I'm still shocked I get Facebook feeds by them saying, oh, we got a new article out. It's pro, liberal and anti-Republican. Name me an article that has a pro-conservative view, Huffington Post. You won't find one. And this movie, oh my God, the overacting, the laughable story, the laughable CGI, the whole fucking switcheroo of saying this is a shark movie, but ain't anything but a shark movie. It was horrible. I laughed out loud in the theater of how bad it was. Like, there is no redeeming factors with this propaganda. I just tell the people, like, oh, go green. How are solar panels made? By oil. How are your shoes made? Oil. Go do some fucking research, you dumb fucks. And number 1 worst movie of the year goes to Dix the Musical. You should be glad you dethroned the Black Demon. This movie, it wouldn't be in this position. It would not be. Even the Sewer Boys, I'm like, what the fuck are those? But it's something where I'm like, okay, fine, you're trying something edgy, and it works. But here's the thing. Every musical number has to do with dicks, has to do with hand jobs, blow jobs, cum, titties. There is no originality in any of the songs whatsoever. But what really is the icing on the cake for being the worst movie is the very end, 69 dick-sucking incest scenes. I am not joking. What I'm saying is probably going to get censored by YouTube, but I don't know what else you want me to say. There are literally scenes in this movie where two brothers are 69ing each other, and it shows them butt fucking. I don't know what else to say. When you're showing incest and you have the critics giving it a 67% and calling it a cult classic, I have no more energy to say how shitty this movie was. But yeah, that is my top 10 worst movies of 2023. Are any of them on your list? And people are thinking, where's Winnie the Pooh? Yes, yeah, the acting shit, but at least they tried something somewhat okay-ish. These top 10 are just garbage. The garbage boys. Anyway, Chase Sock here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Love and thanks, Blue Futontopia. You Blue Futon, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I don't care what you stay tomorrow, week from now, a month, or a year from now. I'll freaking one of you. And the last list I gotta do is the over and underrated movies of 2023. And the question is, do I put one of the worst movies on underrated? Well, it matters on the critics. It truly matters on the critics.